It was the French in the 1950s who first mounted weapons on helicopters during the Algerian War of Independence. Carrying various guns for anti-guerrilla operations, they achieved impressive results. At the same time, the U.S. began arming its helicopters. The Army Aviation Center was established at Fort Rucker in 1955, and by the following year, it was deploying guns on helicopters. The assault helicopter was born. The Vietnam War saw widespread use of armed helicopters in air assault operations. But the upgunned versions of the Army's famous UH-1 Huey transports were too crude and slow to cope with the demands of air mobile operations. In 1965, the U.S. Army demanded a specially designed aircraft and offered a bid for the Advanced Aerial Fire Support System. Developed by Bell, the UH-1's manufacturer, the AH-1 Huey Cobra became the world's first dedicated attack helicopter. The Cobra entered service in 1967 with the 1st Air Mobile Cavalry Division. Instantly, it brought new levels of speed, agility, firepower, and armor protection to the battlefield. A Gatling gun and a grenade launcher, plus hard-hitting rockets, gave the AH-1 awesome firepower. It became a valuable weapon in assisting air assault operations, providing accurate, effective, close-in fire support. The Cobra defined many of the standard features on today's attack helicopter. At just over 3 feet wide, the Cobra's narrow fuselage made it a difficult target to hit from head-on. It also defined the tandem cockpit, positioning the gunner in front of the pilot. The AH-1G carried a sophisticated and now standard sensors suite, allowing it to hit targets during the day or night. The Cobra became a resounding success in Vietnam. Noting its success with the Army in Vietnam, the Marines ordered their own AH-1J Sea Cobra variant in 1968. Entering service 2 years later, the Sea Cobra was also a success in Vietnam. It was similar to the Army's version, but had 2 engines for increased safety, important for long overwater flights. Against the background of war in Southeast Asia, the U.S. Army was also evaluating its heavyweight armed helicopter contender, the Lockheed AH-56 Cheyenne. Hugely complex, Cheyenne was designed as an aerial battleship with a massive weapon load. Making its first flight in 1967, the Cheyenne flew at over 200 miles an hour, unprecedented for any helicopter. However, the program suffered from spiraling costs and inter-service rivalries. Technical difficulties and the advent of shoulder-launched surface-to-air missiles convinced the Pentagon that the AH-56 was a white elephant. Cheyenne was canceled. But the concepts it demonstrated would later be transferred to future attack helicopters. As the Vietnam War ended, America's thoughts turned to other threats.